Greetings and welcome to PinballHelp. Today I am working on this Williams Space Odyssey. This is an electro-mechanical machine. And I remember this from when I was real little. This was a really fun game that I really liked playing. And when I had a chance to pick one up recently, I jumped at it. This is a little bit of a beater. It's less than perfect. You can see there's flakes on the back glass, and I just got it, so I haven't really had a chance to do any work on it. There's broken plastics and stuff that need to be fixed. This game commemorated the link-up of the Apollo and the Soyuz space stations in the 70s, and it was a kind of a historic event. And of course, all these space-themed machines are really, really cool. There's also a 4-player version of this game called Space Mission, and I'll show you what's happening with the game, and you'll see what I've been working on. We'll start a new game. Okay, we'll do score reels reset and everything, and the ball feeds. One of the neat features about this game is this moving target in the middle. See, it goes back and forth, and you have these, you don't really have out lanes or in lanes, you have these little things which kick the ball. So if the ball falls into this, it'll kick it up there to that target. So we'll launch a ball into play, and the game appears to be working. Oops. But here's the problem. See, it stays on ball 1. I'll put this other ball into play, and so it keeps going to ball 1. Now, let's explain what's happening here. We'll go around back. I'll kick this ball into play here. And we'll look at this unit right here. This is the player stepper unit. Okay, watch when the ball drains. Do you see that? It kicked twice, chunk, chunk. What this is it's kind of a ratcheting switch. You see, on one side you've got 2 coils, and you see this ratcheting gear here, and then you've got all these little spring-loaded things. What this thing is supposed to do is when it goes like that, this arm right here is supposed to hook on the edges of that gear and push it up one. Do you see the gear move? Now what that does is, if you look on the reverse side, you've got all these fingers and all of these little switches, and this indicates what ball's in play for what player. The reason why it kicked twice is because it's ball 1, player 1, one kick would be ball 1, player 2, etc. And then it would be ball 2, player 1. So since we kicked it once, let's go around and look and see what's happening. It's on ball 2. See? Now if we do this, to see, but the problem is when this thing goes off, it's not making the wheel move. And the reason is this arm right here is supposed to articulate. You see how it moves in and out? Well, it's all gunked up. It doesn't move smoothly. So this is what the problem is. This is supposed to lock underneath that little thing there, and then it's supposed to, watch it push the wheel up. See? Move the wheel up. And then it moves these little fingers onto a different switch position. Okay? So we look around. Now it's still on ball 2, but it's for ball 2, player 2. So we need to ratchet it one more time. So we push this in and take this, push it up against it, and then kind of help it up like that. Okay. Now we look over here and see it's on ball 3. So our problem is when this coil fires, it's not advancing the player stepper. So this has got to be taken apart and cleaned. This whole unit right here is really gunky. See, it doesn't even have enough to push it up. Also, this does not look to be original. This doesn't look like this is what this should be here. It looks like, I don't know, but I'd like to find some pictures of this to see what's been modified, because these springs don't look right. And but one thing is for sure, this little gear assembly here is way gunky. This thing is way gunky. It needs to be cleaned up. And I think this thing should move further. You see, you heard it, everything stop. We just advanced it to the game over. See? So now it says game over. Now what's the other coil do, you ask? This coil right here resets it. The way this thing does is it ratchets, player 1 ball 1, player 2 ball 1, player 1 ball 2, player 2 ball 2, all the way up until game over. Then when this fires, since it's spring loaded right here, watch it all goes back. It's supposed to. There we go, see? It all just went back. This whole assembly is really gummed up, so we're going to take this apart and clean it. And hopefully we'll get the player stepper motor back working nicely. And so this is what I'm going to do. My first step is to take lots of pictures of it. So I will bust out my little mini camera here, and I will take lots of detailed pictures of every angle of this before I even start fiddling with it, because I do not want to forget how to put it together. And make sure that we get everything right. You see, look at that. See this grease in here is actually hardened. It's not good. So I'm going to take it apart and clean it with alcohol after I take a whole bunch of pictures of it. So stay tuned and I'll show you more. Thanks for watching, and be sure to visit PinballHelp.com. Thanks.